Welcome to the Yup Life podcast. A group of rattlesnakes is called a rumba.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our next episode. Right now, today, we're going to be drinking Santan Devil's Ale.
Santan.
American Pale Ale. Very delicious.
Any relation to Sun Devils, or is it not?
Good question.
Like Arizona State
You
Sun
asked
Devils.
a very good question.
It is brewed in Chandler, Arizona.
An American Pale Ale that offers a sinfully crisp taste. Cascade, Centennial, and Simcoe hops provide fiendishly aromatic pine and citrus flavors.
Is that trademarked?
TM.
So, speaking of this beer, there's, you said Chandler. They're opening a new location here in the Valley. Was it Bethany Home and
Westgate?
No, it's on
Oh, it's 16th Street in Bethany.
16th Street in Bethany.
Where the old
Z-Tay
Z-Tay house was.
Yeah. So,
Dude, that area is blowing up.
that's where I work, and it's like, it's
crazy out
apartments
there.
and like,
we have a couple friends that live in that area too.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Who is this?
Well,
Does this start with an L?
what?
What? Do I not know this person?
You know them.
Yeah, but it's not.
Huh? I mean,
No.
right. What does it rhyme with?
So
How about cheers to our episode number 3 officially?
officially 3. We don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to be episode 3.
It could be something.
That's true. It's going to be taped over episode and then 4.
It's like a robot voice.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I was out in Old Town Scottsdale, and have you guys seen those bikes around all over the place?
The what?
Those bikes?
Oh,
Yeah.
They're like.
I rode it once.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So you can go up to these bikes. They're just all over the place, and then you download the app. And you scan like the QR code with your phone, and then it unlocks. So you have your card information, as in your debit or credit card information on the app, and then you unlock it, and then you ride around. Prices are range for like $1 an hour, so it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So this weekend I went around riding a bike. I got a little excited and pedaled my ass off. I almost threw up because I went a little too.
What?
Yeah, I haven't rode a bike, and I'm.
How many beers in are you?
That's the sad part.
You went ham on the rental bike?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I went really, really ham. Like, I used to ride bikes a lot when I was younger, and I don't really do much like cardio stuff anymore. So with that, I think we should probably talk about physical health.
Probably. Maybe you can learn a thing or two.
Yeah, that'd probably be great.
Or you can learn us a thing or two.
Yeah, probably not. Don't go really ham on a bike when you haven't run in 20 years.
You can teach us how to do 12-ounce curls.
Oh yeah, I can do
There
that
you
pretty
go.
good. I can do that pretty good.
Yeah, that's a new law that like just got revoked though, yes? Like, did you guys tell me this?
What's that?
That before riding a bike and you were drunk, I don't know if you were even drinking, you got a DUI,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then they got rid of that,
That's
so
not
now
a-
we see all these bikes out.
That's not a thing anymore?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because
Really?
they're all near the bars.
I mean, what's the worst case? You hurt yourself
Yeah, but
when you're drunk on a bike?
true.
I guess the worst case would be you're swerving in and out of your bike lane into the car lane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had to sign like a disclaimer though or whatever to get on those bikes.
Oh, I skipped through that.
Oh yeah, no one reads that. No one reads that.
I had an old coworker that was doing like a bar crawl on his bike.
Mm.
And probably back when it was illegal. And I'm assuming he's pretty drunk, but like he hit a pothole, his front tire, and just flipped over his handlebars face first into the pavement, knocked himself out.
Knocked out?
Yeah.
Holy.
Shows up to work the next day, and it's just like his face is just scabs like all over the place.
Did you call him
That
Scarface?
sucks.
Two-Face, actually.
Two-Face. There we go. So, Steven,
Yes.
you're the big physical guru here. I mean, you're probably the one that does absolutely the most compared to Joey and I.
I am in no means buff though. So
Doesn't mean you're not healthy.
there you go.
There's a six-pack under that
It's somewhere.
keg, right?
Yeah, somewhere. Probably stopped drinking so much. Might show up. But what I have to say is real technical, and it can get boring, but it's going to be real informative.
All right.
So I guess I'll start.
Last week you had a whole list of stuff. Did you want to? Did you bring that?
I did.
I can't see it past the screen.
Start us off.
Okay.
Anywhere.
At any point, stop me. And then I think I need to add this disclaimer. So this is all. Some of it might be bro science. A lot of it is based off of like research from Brad Schoenfield, Dr. Andy Galpin, Mr. Poliquin, certain people that like I have studied a little bit.
I'm not sure what language you're speaking, but I don't know what
These are all just muscle building geniuses.
I know Dr. Drew.
Yeah, that guy's legit.
Oh yeah.
Sarcasm.
I thought he was.
Oh.
Isn't he the love dude?
Yeah.
The love doctor.
Yeah.
There is a lot of like controversy in health, though.
Yeah.
Like you said, bro science.
Yeah. So
Anything you read on the internet, you have to take with a grain of salt because it may not be true.
yeah. So what I say here doesn't directly reflect their views, but it's my interpretation, I guess, of it. So with that, so what do most people want to do? Build muscle, right? Look sexy.
Is that or lose weight? I think lose weight is probably the average.
Okay, I didn't prepare for it. Just kidding. So,
what if you're really fat?
Right. What do you do?
And like everyone is hating you.
AKA Ruben. Oh. Just kidding. We won't go there, Ruben.
I do not hate fat people for the record. Jesus. And I'm not using Jesus' name in vain. I apologize.
It's just going to be disclaimers our whole podcast.
I'm sorry.
So with losing fat or I guess building muscle, the main thing you want to do is build muscle so that you can lose more fat. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn throughout the day.
Past your metabolism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with that, you could think about, let's say gaining muscle is your effect. What's going to cause this? There's three main things that cause this. One, it's going to be mechanical tension.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So just
let me write this down.
you got this is going to be a class. 2, metabolic stress. Right.
I can't even spell that.
3, tissue damage. Right. So what do these mean? You can think of 1, mechanical tension, lifting up heavy weights. Right. Muscle fibers,
Breaking, stretching.
stretching.
Yeah.
Exactly. Metabolic stress, you can think about this as like high intensity intervals, lower down your rest intervals, up your metabolism.
Okay.
Or metabolic stress. Tissue damage, we all know what tissue damage is. First, like if you do one of the first 2, you're mainly going to get some tissue damage.
Okay.
Okay. So, oh God. If you want to build muscle, you need at least one of those things.
Or at least one.
At least one. If you could get 2, even better. 3, almost impossible. I don't know how to do 3.
Of those 3 things that you said.
Yes.
You'd be a robot.
Yes. So, what are the 3 things?
Metabolic,
Okay.
tension,
There you go.
tissue ripping.
Picking up heavy things.
Yes.
But you said in the tissue thing, isn't that, you said that you're automatically going to get 2 of those things, right? I mean, regardless, that tissue thing comes with.
Yeah, it comes with the first 2. So as long as you're going heavy or you're getting metabolic stress, you're going to have some tissue damage. But you're not optimizing that tissue damage. I don't know if you guys heard of like blood restriction workouts.
No.
Yeah, dude. So that's a thing now. So let's say you put like a band on your arm. You could just do like bicep curls with super little weight, and then it's going to restrict your blood. But once you get out of it, it's going to be a crazy amount of tissue damage. Yeah, so
That's some bro science right there.
they're actually researching this to use in like NASA.
I was going to say, is that, okay,
You won't see people usually at the gym
Like,
fucking with bands on.
is that healthy?
and then they just shoot up some
at a
heroin after.
Yeah,
or-
you know what I'm saying? After a certain point, I don't think it is.
I can see in space because all gravity and all that fun stuff. It's a
Yeah,
little
there's no-
different, but here.
There's no real way to do it.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
yeah.
But
so
there you said they're
that's-
researching it too, though. It's still
Yeah, it's still, I guess, in the works.
in the works. Okay.
Yeah, but some people, I guess, have done it. So, damn, where do we go from here? You need one of the three, right? So, most people equate being sore to gaining muscle, right? Which is just tissue damage, right?
Okay.
I said you need one of the three, so technically you don't have to be sore. So that's a huge misconception about gaining muscle.
Yeah. I mean, usually after, when you get back into things and you do the same thing for a few weeks, that soreness goes away anyways.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Right.
Yeah. So most people tend to either focus on one for a period of time, and this is called periodization. So let's say you could do it, let's say for a month, I'm going to focus on mechanical tension. So I'm going to go heavy for this month. You're going to get used to it. So you're not going to get as sore. Your body's just going to get used to it. You're going to plateau. So you're going to want to switch it up. So choose one of the three, focus on that. Next month, focus on that. Next week, maybe focus on the next one.
Mechanical tension.
Mm-hmm. Metabolic stress and tissue damage.
Okay.
So one of those. So most people don't want to just do one, right? So they're like, listen, I want to look good and I also want to be strong. So at that point, you have two scenarios. So you can combine mechanical tension, so go heavy, but go slow, right? So you get more tissue damage. So let's say like eccentric, going down with the weight slowly, you're going to create a lot of tissue damage. So, or you could do like mechanical tension, but focus on the tempo. So if you lower down your rest intervals, you might have to lower down your mechanical tension, but there's a sweet spot there that you just got to play with and start figuring it out. Yeah, it's a little too scientific.
Clear as mud.
Yeah, no.
It's funny because mud's not really that clear.
That's the joke.
Oh. What?
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know. We could cut all that out, I guess.
No, it's good. We can roll with it. So
In layman's terms,
I go to the gym every now and then. I walk in, I greet everyone, I give people a high five, I motivate people, and I leave. Now,
I motivate people when you leave.
for someone that's more has more willpower than me,
Okay.
and actually want to do the gym and not be like me and walk around and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time, and they're skinny. They want to put a little muscle on. They want to put some weight on. What would you say would be their first step for them to go do?
I would say the first step is to do anything. Like just go in and start lifting any kind of weight. Of course, don't put as much weight as possible and just try to lift it. If you're not doing anything and you start doing something, it's a lot better.
you'll see results.
Yeah, you're going to see something. I would say focus on something like metabolic stress. You don't have to go super heavy. You just don't have to rest a lot. So let's say typical 8x12, 3 to 4 sets. Just keep your rest intervals low and go ham.
How do you feel about cardio?
So there has been studies that show you could actually train both at the same time.
How's that?
So, there's a study done by some guy. It was a long, long time ago. I want to say in the 80s. So this guy, all he would do is work out, right? And he had a friend that he worked in a lab with, and that guy would tell him, hey, listen, like you need to go run with me. So he noticed that every time that he would go run with this guy, his bench numbers would go down, right? So he said, you know what, like every time you do cardio, you lose strength, right? So he did a study. He got some people to run and also lift, and they weren't gaining as much strength as if they weren't running. However, recently somebody in the fitness community started looking at that research, and there is no correlation.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you notice, like people like that do CrossFit, these guys run a shit ton and do a lot of cardio, but they're big guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can still do cardio. Just don't run 100 miles every day.
Right. Unless you're eating enough to burn that, or unless you're eating enough to support that kind of cardio.
Exactly. So yeah, there's always a drop off point. Don't do marathons.
Right. I'm gonna tone it down a bit. How would you guys give advice to someone that has, like you said, has never been to the gym or has never worked out, to motivate them to start? Because for me, the hardest part is the motivation. Because when I get in the gym or when I get to working out, I'm fine, and when I'm after, I feel good. But just getting there, after work, before work, getting out of bed or whatever, it's just difficult.
Ruben, how did you start, man?
The way I started was just,
Or even on a daily basis.
Yeah.
How do you get your ass moving?
That's a good question. The best way I can explain it, like for me, going to the gym is a big stress reliever for me. So it's that's the key thing of how I keep going. It's the one thing that I do that keeps my head clear or blow off steam, or just to refreshen up. I see the benefits in that matter. That's how I keep myself going.
How'd you get started? Like did anybody motivate you to go?
Yeah, I had an old roommate. Shout out to JoJo's. I wonder if I get JoJo.
It's a nickname.
Yeah. You know who you are.
JoJo.
Yeah, she's the one that got my ass in the gym. She was very, very she was already, when I moved in with her, she was very set on going and stuff. She had already a routine and stuff, and then she kept talking to me like, "Oh, you need to go, you need to try it." And one day I was like, "Okay, fine," and I went, and it was hard. I remember being so sore, and I'm just watching her. She was lifting 20 times heavier than me, and she's shorter than me and everything and stuff like that. And I was like, dang. So I kept going and going, and I realized also it's I did notice differences in my physical appearance. I was like, okay, that's cool. People started complimenting me. I was like, it makes you feel better. But on top of that, besides people saying, oh, you look better and stuff like that, I felt better. Internally, and I realized, like I said, that's when I started realizing this is a great stress reliever for me, and I want to keep that going. That's why I still go and stuff.
It's almost to feel better.
Feel better, yeah. I feel like you always got to improve yourself and stuff like that in some way, and I feel that that's what I'm doing, improving myself when I go to the gym. Physically. It improves myself. You got to take care of your physical body. It's very important. You need a.
Dude, I completely agree. I view it almost as brushing your teeth or taking a shower. It's just something you have to do. You know what I mean? On a daily basis, I would say on a daily basis, do something. You don't have to go to the gym. You could go, I guess, hiking. You could do other things. Just
do something. Yeah.
But what do you do mentally or physically to prepare yourself to do something?
Dude, I actually turn off my mind.
You just do it.
I just do it. Okay. So I guess I started at a young age, working out. I want to say in middle school is when we first lifted weights. And it was just because you could either go, we had a PE class that you could either go lift weights or you could go do the sport. And then my PE teachers picked out certain people and were like, no, you're going to go work out. So I was one of those kids. And we went and just worked out. And that was the first time. And then throughout high school, football coaches and stuff like that wanted you to work out. I fucking hated working out. And with certain movements, I would be like, deuces, I got to go pee, or I got to go, I got to go do this. And I'll just hang out in the lobby. And so after high school is when I just realized that I'm just so used to doing it that I couldn't stop. Like I felt something was missing, or like I started feeling like a dog that has been walked almost. Like if you come home, I'm biting on your shoes.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna be on the countertops. But yeah, I just see it as something that you have to do. So I just turn off my mind. Like go get it done, and then you get to continue on with the rest of your day.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of weird. I also see it as something to do as well. I do. I like to keep myself busy, and that's one of the things like I see. Like, oh, I can keep my busy, go in the gym, and
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, if you're bored, what should you really, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
yeah,
You could do this or that, and going to the gym is beneficial.
yeah.
It's a good question.
So what happens when people have kids, start a family, own a home, and they just can't find the time to go to the gym? I mean, are there other options they can do, or?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, the first thing I was gonna say, some of the gyms, like say if you have kids, they have like a play center. You can
Drop your kids off?
Yeah, and then you go do your thing while, they're being watched by trained kid watchers,
Daycare people?
Thank you.
Is that something that's included in like your gym membership? Or?
For mine, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so, right?
I have no clue.
I want to say it's included.
I got hooked up by some like Cuban guy, and yeah, it was weird, man. Like I was 16 probably, and he just hooked it up with the gym membership, and I had like the lowest pay rate, so I have no idea what I signed up for.
You've had that since then?
Yeah, it's just like been suspended here and there, but like, yeah, I've had it since then.
Damn, that's impressive.
It's weird.
And not even that, you don't have to go to the gym. I mean, there's other things, walking or you see people that are running with a stroller or stuff like that when they're young born. There's stuff like that.
Yeah, I think too, like, how does everybody else that is going to the gym do it? You know, like, life doesn't stop.
No.
So those people have kids. Those people have jobs. Most of them anyways.
Yeah.
So it's just really getting your priorities straight and make sure you take care of yourself, I think, is the biggest deal. If you do have kids, you want to be around for a while, and be able to play with them. So
Right.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, like you go to work and you come home and you have kids. Trying to tie in like gym and exercise before like kids go to bed, that doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to spend time with your kids or your family.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you just gotta. I feel like you gotta find a time where it's almost like it's your own time. Like for me now, I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. and going.
So you're cutting back on your sleep.
Yeah,
to go to the gym.
I'm cutting back on my sleep just to go to the gym and make sure I take care of whatever I had to do afterwards.
Right.
Except for this week, because it's been ridiculous at work.
That's what I see with regards to like parents. That's what I see. I can't speak for that because I don't have any kids. I don't know. I know I can see that kids take up a lot of time, and you want to spend time with them and stuff. But that's a good point, Stephen, where you're saying like we get on Facebook and we have friends that have kids, or you see people that we just know and they have kids, but they somehow
figure it out.
Yeah, manage the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bro, how cool is it to be like a buff dad too, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get some daughters, you're like, yo, like, they start dating, you get to punk their boyfriends.
Square up, bro.
Yeah. What you doing here? Who you picking up? That's my goal, dude.
Well, I mean, most of us don't even have kids, but it's just a thought or an idea for them. It's like, so you just got to make the time. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Cut back and sacrifice on other things.
Yeah. Plus, like, I think it also just sets a good example. If you do have kids, it sets a good example for them.
True.
You guys remember when in college there was like 3 things you have time for? It's school, social, sleep.
I think so.
Was that it?
Sleep was part of it.
Pick 2.
Pick 2.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, those 3 things kind of somewhat change of what those 3 things are.
There's like 5 things and then you pick 3 or what?
But then also you get better at managing stuff too.
True.
That's another point. As you get older, you get more experience on handling stuff.
I feel like there's also things you can do too, like, let's say just like meal prepping.
No,
Let's
that
just say,
saves a lot of time. Yeah.
So like on Sundays, if you have a Sunday tradition of grilling, just throw a couple extra steaks on there.
Right.
Yeah, I love doing that. I didn't do that this week. When I did that last weekend, it was so nice to have. Oh, I'm just gonna pop this out of the fridge, throw it in the microwave, and we're good for lunch and dinner.
Saves you money and time.
Yeah.
That is true. It does save you money.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing that specifically. Like, I take a whole bag to work on Monday morning, and I take up like half the fridge, and it's just like meat and like veggies and shit.
Do you have a sticky note that says Steven on it?
I need to.
Don't touch my shit.
Now they like every month or so they throw away everything, and I kind of just let stuff rot, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna throw it out. Cool. Yeah.
So Arizona's a good spot for hiking. I think I like hiking. There's mountains that are kind of in the city that are close by with trails and like summit hikes that are pretty cool. So like not only are you getting a workout, but you're kind of getting like a scenic view at the top too of the city.
Yeah.
I like doing that with like Camelback Mountain or Piastoa Peak. And you guys ever hike those mountains at all? Or
Dude, unfortunately, like I've only hiked I think 2 mountains really. So it's like Camelback and A Mountain. A Mountain is like not a mountain really.
That's a hill.
It's a hill,
Yeah.
but it's a good time up there. I mean, dude, everybody here hikes, and I like everybody that's come out of town, like from I say my job or something. They're always like, "Where'd I go? Where'd I go hike?"
And you tell them to go hike.
Yeah. And like since I haven't hiked, but since I hear about it all the time, I just know where to tell them.
Right.
So
I was just saying, oh yeah, go to Camelback.
that's your
Yeah.
main.
That's
Probably
what I was just
the hardest one in town.
Go kill yourself real quick.
Yeah.
Dude, but that's a good point. Like I've seen people that don't work out and all they do is, I guess, hike, and
Yeah.
they're in really good shape.
Yeah, it's definitely a good exercise to do.
I used to hike Piastoa Peak like twice a week, and I would see the same people like every time. Like these old dudes, man, they would do it like every day and twice a day.
Dang.
And it's like they're in like super good shape too. They're like hiking up with like weight vests on and like just running up with kettlebells and like passing me. I'm like,
Whoa.
God damn.
This guy's going to live till like 200 years old.
How does that make you feel? No,
It's terrible. It sucks.
It's terrible.
I thought I had a good time going up there. But
Dude, isn't there a place up north that's like a ridiculous hike? Like it's known throughout the nation.
talking about
It's like Humphreys
Peak?
There
yeah,
you go.
it's Snowbowl or like the Flagstaff Mountains.
Dude, have you ever done that?
I've done Humphreys Peak, which is the one right next to it.
Okay.
Wait, did I just say Humphreys?
Yeah,
I did,
I was like, okay. I was like, is he gonna explain this?
Kendrick Peak. Kendrick
Okay.
Peak is right next to it. Humphreys, the weather's like very inclement, so you can hike up and there'll be like a thunderstorm without any warning.
Whoa.
So you really got to watch the weather. I think it was like a year ago where 2 kids died from lightning strike up there.
Oh dang!
They hiked up and then a storm hit and left and just like they died.
Left 2
Yeah,
bodies.
they got struck by lightning and nobody could hike up there because the weather was so bad. But
Dude, that sucks. Like that's a thing here too. Like water wheel,
yeah,
like flash floods, stuff like
Oh,
that.
flash floods. Yes.
We don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes, but we get
when it rains, it rains.
yeah. Sometimes it teases us a lot.
Kendrick Peak is pretty cool. When you get to the top, there's like a lookout tower, a fire watch tower, basically, because there's a lot of fires in the area. And there's like 24/7. There's always rangers up there looking out for fires. And you can get up there and look, and they talk to you and give you the history and all that. And you can see like the scorched area where the fires have hit. And
Dang.
you can see Snowbowl, the ski resort, like across the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sweet.
It's fires from just lightning.
Lightning, yeah.
Not just-
Sometimes cigarettes or campfires.
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever,
Oh,
but
you got people. Yeah.
it's mostly just lightning.
You've done Havasupai, right?
Havasupai, which is
Dude.
in the Grand Canyon, and then the Grand Canyon South Rim, which is also the Grand Canyon.
Havasupai looks so nice.
It's with the advent of social media, things have gotten really busy with those like landmarks. You see all these Instagram posts of like gorgeous waterfalls and scenic views, and everyone starts going there. So trying to book a place is really hard and getting more expensive because they know they have the demand for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first day that you're allowed to book things, it gets sold out within hours.
Dang.
And the Grand Canyon South Rim hike, they actually did a lottery system now, so there isn't like a rush to get everything in. But Havasupai is on like Indian reservation land, so you have to go through their reservation and book it. But
Do you guys remember Fossil Creek? How it was before?
yeah,
Like when
Yeah.
Adam first took us there.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, I guess Fossil Creek is just a cool little spot.
little watering hole, the waterfall.
Yeah, you got to hike a little bit, get your machete out, cut through a couple of leaves,
It's about
and then a waterfall. Just beautiful waterfall in Arizona.
it's about like I'd say roughly 30 feet.
The cliff
Yeah.
jumping. Yeah.
Yeah, about
Probably.
30 feet.
Mhm.
It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And like now, dude, it's like when we first went, it was like a Saturday morning, maybe 10 people tops.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just show up, go there,
Yeah.
hang out, leave.
And now you need a permit?
Like,
to
yeah,
do
Yeah.
that?
last time we went, they're like, yeah, it's about a 2-hour wait, and we had to sit and wait in the parking lot.
That was my birthday.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
We ended up at Beaver Creek
Yeah.
or Wet Beaver Creek.
But now it's like you got to get reservations, and I don't know. Kind of takes away from the whole experience. It's like let's take a trip and let's just go somewhere. Now it's like, oh, let's book it 6 months before, and then go, and you got to go at this time slot.
Yeah.
So,
But it sucked. I might have been a huge contributor to that though, because like I remember working at Best Buy, we'd have people come out from out of town, especially like snowbirds, and they're like, "What should I do?" And I'm like, "Dude, like
Fossil
what? Yeah, you ever heard of Fossil Creek?" Yeah, it's partially my fault, I say.
what else other than hiking and going to the gym? What do you guys do or like to do or see other people do that's cool?
I know a lot of people do hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
Yeah.
yoga.
What is the difference in hot yoga and not hot yoga?
Sexiness.
Less clothes or what?
They heat the room up. I don't know how hot, but it's really hot and steamy.
You need to heat the room up in Arizona?
yeah, right.
True, right? They just turn off the AC.
Yeah, just open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are into the hot yoga thing.
I used to give yoga a bad rap. It's like, oh, this is a girly thing. It's just a bunch of stupid stretching and poses. It's not a workout. And then you try it and you're like, this is
It's
hard.
hard.
This is hard,
It's
man.
the toughest thing.
It's hard. My friends were trying to tell me how to do an Iron Man pose or something like that. There's like certain ways you get. Basically, I couldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
They put you on the spot.
Yeah.
They made you look
Yeah.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Freaking.
There's hot yoga. One of the biggest things I hear a lot of people are doing is Orange Theory.
Is that the place that makes you pay if you don't go to the gym?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
How crazy is that?
I think it's a great because it makes it, you go.
Yeah, but
I guess money's
That's
a
like-
motivator.
Yeah,
that's borderline someone telling you have to go.
Well, yeah. Sometimes that you need that push to go.
But is it really your push or is it someone else's push? It's like, are you going because you have to or because you want to then?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't like
both.
that. I think it's stupid.
I don't like it either. Like,
I'm going to go on my own accord
yeah.
and I want to do it when I want to do it.
Dude, and life happens, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and
It's-
then this is the one thing that I don't like about it too. Like, you set a certain time, and if you can't go, you're not gonna go and do something else because you're like, oh man, I missed my appointment at 5. I just spent a bunch of money. Now I got to go do something else. You know, like you're not gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. Like let me go to this other gym or let me go hike now. You're mainly not gonna do anything.
Right.
But that makes you set a certain amount of time slot for it. Like,
I agree. I think for people that it does work for, cool. Like keep going, I guess. But
Not my gym.
yeah,
yeah, it's not everyone's thing, but yeah, you set like a schedule. You set in a time lot like the day before. Like you're supposed to go like 12, I think like 12 times a month or something 10 or 12 times. And then whenever you're gonna go take that class, you gotta look at the schedule and select that time slot like the day before or something, or for a certain amount of time beforehand.
don't they hook you up to like heart rate monitors and shit too?
I'm not too sure about that one.
For interval training, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they do. That's kind of cool.
That's cool as hell.
Trying to use technology to further help your workouts.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it works, but I know they keep they keep track of everything too, what you're doing, and then like how to keep pushing yourself to further and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think
not for me, but it's definitely good. I think it's great.
Yeah, for those people that it definitely works for sure. Yoga, bringing it back to yoga, I used to give it a bad rap too, and then I started finding out that like NFL teams started doing it.
No way.
Yeah, dude. So like the Seattle Seahawks, I think, do that every like off season. They do a lot of yoga, and then like just hearing a lot of NFL players are like, we could super benefit from that. And I was like, oh, that's my dream. So let me go.
Balance.
Yeah, balance, dude. Just stretching, just being limber.
Another thing, I think it's a kind of not too sure. Pilates.
Bro,
I don't know much about that.
I don't know much about it either, but I'm sure it stretches you out and stuff like that.
So Michelle actually took a Pilates class at GCC, and she fucking loved it, dude. And like, so she was telling me that like the first day they do like a test of like your flexibility and you know like how strong you are, kind of a thing, and then you start doing like workouts or whatever. And she was like, this is stupid. Because I guess you get into like some weird contraptions and do a lot of like medicine ball stuff. And then I guess they did the test at the end of the semester. And like she was crazy stronger and like crazy more like, I guess, stable. And she was like, what the fuck? Like it worked. So she like liked the results but didn't like actually doing it. She thought it was just weird. That's my only account for Pilates.
So there's also goat yoga. Have you guys been hearing about that?
Oh, bro, there's like yoga in the park. Isn't goat yoga free?
No, goat yoga is like a wait list and everything.
No fucking way.
Yeah. But
Goddamn.
yeah, there are free yoga events like that's around the valley that people are doing.
My girlfriend goes to one at the park down the street.
No
The one
way.
we used to play football at.
No way.
Yeah, it's like every Thursday is free at 7.
That's awesome. Is it like has she told you it's like super packed or anything?
Yeah, she said there's a lot of people that go.
That's crazy. I feel like no one would go to that, but people go.
Yeah, I mean this area is around campus, so it's like younger crowd.
True.
It's yuppies, you know.
Yeah.
They do that weird stuff.
Dude, like at my apartment complex, they have some nights that are like free yoga. I'm sure you remember that.
Did anybody ever go to those
I don't know.
community events put on by apartments?
I don't know, but Alex is like would just like sit outside of our like little staircase and just try to watch. Dude, but yeah. Yoga.
So we've got the gym, we've got yoga, we got Pilates, we got hiking. I really got into mountain biking recently.
Ooh, mountain biking.
It's been a while since I've been back because I've been busy, but yeah, with all these mountains around Arizona, there's so many trails that you can ride mountain biking, and they're long too, like 12, 13-mile trails just in a loop. Damn. And it's a workout, dude, because it's like a few hours and you're going uphill and stuff. Even if it's a like small hill, it's a really, really tough workout.
Dude, I've always wanted to go mountain biking. It seems like so much fun.
Yeah, you guys should like rent a bike just to try it out.
Just to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rent one of those city bikes.
Oh yeah, bring it out to the desert.
Yeah,
Dude, we might need to do some cardio before though.
yeah.
We're dying. Maybe stop drinking so many beers.
After the
This is Wednesday night, guys. Like,
But the fact that you get to like travel far and see a lot of things, like in the desert, there's like so much wildlife and so many plants that you get to see.
yeah.
It's really cool. And
Dude.
then when you do like your uphill, obviously you got to go downhill. Like just bombing ass downhill is like the funnest thing ever, because you're going like 20 miles an hour through the desert, just like weaving between like cacti and like bushes and stuff.
Bro, I know with my luck, I'd probably get one stung by like some weird cactus fucking bug, and then probably get bitten by a snake, and then also fall into some like cactus. So like,
we got some stories. Like my dad was riding with my dad one time, and he went by like a cactus that was sticking out, like caught his arm, and it had a bunch of needles sticking out of his arm. I had a buddy that, like, if you turn too sharp in that loose stuff, your front wheel just goes out from under you. A buddy did that and wrecked his whole like knee down to like his shin. Just all like, you know, raspberries? No, some blueberries, like raspberries.
There you go.
But it's a lot of fun. I really recommend it to you guys. Like, we should all go do it sometime.
We should.
Yeah.
Do something athletic together. Dude, have you guys like ever been stung by a cactus? Or it's not stung, but
Not really.
what's the word?
It pricked.
Penetrated? Penetrated by a cactus?
a while back, I was at White Tanks. This is a long time ago, and being kids, a lot of people were doing those whippets. I think the whippets where you take those.
Wait, what?
Where you take
CO2
the
cartridges?
CO2. Well, not the
This story just escalated. You were
Yeah.
kids and people were doing whippets?
Yeah, what the fuck
Well,
happened?
I
here?
weren't kids. Oh, I didn't do it.
This is like a wrong turn of Tahoe.
I know.
story.
Wait, what? No,
All right,
go
now,
ahead.
well-
No. Go ahead.
Anyways, one of the guys there, they took one of those air compressor cans. Not whippets. It's still
It's a whippet, dude.
Okay.
That is a whippet.
Yeah, and we're at White Tanks. It's full of cacti.
Yeah.
He blacks out pretty much. So like he's not there. He starts wandering around the desert. Just starts walking.
Went on a vision quest or what?
Pretty much, he was on his own vision quest and literally was walking through all the cacti right there. Comes out, and then he comes to his senses. What the fuck? He looked down. His whole leg is just completely covered.
Oh my god.
So he's been sitting in the back of the truck with his pants off, and like
pulling
we're
them out.
sitting there, just there's like 4 of us just slowly just pulling all of them out individually.
Slowly, you're an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, anyways, just a random
That's
story.
not very healthy.
That is
No, it's not healthy. Do not do whippets.
Don't do whippets. We don't condone any drug
we do
use.
not. No,
Cue Ruben's disclaimer.
I know, right?
I do not recommend. Well, you shouldn't at all do any of that stuff whatsoever. Not even for the story.
I mean, if you're Steve-O though,
He's gone. He's gone sober.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So goat yoga.
Goat yoga. Sign up. I would even say like for people too that haven't done it or haven't like started working out ever, sign up for these like high intensity classes or the high intensity interval classes. Have you heard of like body? Like there's another one down here I want to say that's like simply cardio or some shit like that. You can just sign up for that, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about the whole 20 minutes of the first 20 minutes of the podcast. You could just fucking just go and don't have to think. You got a coach.
Right.
Steven, you do another activity.
I do a lot. Just kidding. I don't do a lot.
The
I
one
drink. What do I do?
during the weeks on Thursdays and
Oh yeah, I mean yeah. Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Thank you. I was spacing out.
You could have said any thing.
I was gonna say Taekwondo. I was like, that's not it. That's not it.
Where does Muay Thai come from? Is it Thailand?
It's Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like a huge backstory of like this king conquered. I want to say conquered Thailand, or he captured a bunch of Thailand people, and then he like put them in a pit to fight, and so like he put his best fighters against this Thailand guy, and he just kept on winning. And then they're like, what the fuck? Like, this is weird. So he put like all his best boxers against this Thailand guy. He won. And then that's kind of where like the birth of Muay Thai came from.
That sounds like some folklore shit.
Yeah, dude, it all is, man. There's even a book that's like deadly moves. Like, don't do these kind of a thing. But yeah, man, like any martial arts is freaking, it's amazing. So for me, I've always had like bad like hips. Like I've always been real tight everywhere, and just football or basketball and stuff like that. They don't teach you to stretch. You don't have to stretch really. So with Muay Thai, like I've been stretching, great cardio. I know people that only do like martial arts and they're freaking yoked. Like, dude, doing jiu-jitsu, like that gets you strong.
Really?
Yeah. People are just yoked.
And is it all body weight stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just body weight. You just so I'll explain kind of what like the day looks like. We just go in there, we warm up, we stretch, and then all we do is like do little drills to learn like techniques, and it's fucking deadly.
Do you ever spar or anything?
Yeah. We do like light sparring. It's not nothing crazy. But yeah.
So you're just
Ruben
kind of
got me
learning the
distracted.
techniques.
Learning techniques, and then we like there's certain it's all weird. So certain classes or certain schools will have testing, and then you get to a certain level, and then you could, I guess, fight if you're at a certain level. So,
Do you want to get to that or no?
dude, I don't want to put any pressure on myself, but if I do get to that level, I hope my coaches would tell me something, and then I would fucking just beeline to the nearest like tournament and just like enter that shit. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see a fight of mine soon.
Did you guys know that I had green belt in Taekwondo?
Dude, what?
Whatever the third one is,
Got
I don't know. Yeah. Second or third one. But I was like a kid. I was like 10 or 12.
Can you take us as can you be our sensei?
Dude, be
the
our sensei.
Only thing I remember is like if someone like when you're a kid, they teach you stuff to protect yourself.
Yeah.
If someone picks you up, you just hit their ears really hard
Yeah.
to like stun them. That was the only thing I remember. But yeah, I didn't do anything crazy like break boards with my forehead or anything.
Dude, have you seen those, like the tricking videos and stuff like that?
Dude,
Those are
when
dope.
the people will do like a triple kick, that just blows my mind.
Like, how do you do that?
How do you stay in the air and spin and perfect a kick?
That's Street Fighter.
Basically,
Yeah.
in a nutshell.
How are you Ryu in real life? You're like, what?
Hadouken.
Yeah. Dude, but yeah, signing up for stuff like that, and then I guess also doing like sports, like organized sports. It's a huge thing for me too. Like I sign up for, I play football on Wednesdays. It's a little,
Real
you still do?
like tackle real football.
no.
Flag football.
Yeah, flag football. If I ever get back in shape enough to play regular football,
Do
that'd
they
be
have
great.
like organized adult football
They
leagues?
do. I actually got, I want to say like recruited to one. So it was like, I guess my sophomore year of college. I was playing the flag football league, and some dudes from, it was the West Valley Monsoons. I think it's called the AZFL here. But I think they switched over to the GFL. It's like an organized tackle football. You got pads and stuff.
But as an adult.
As an adult.
All right.
Yeah, and we played flag football, and that team is the off season, and they're playing in that. They're playing in that league, and they're like, "Oh, dude, like you're pretty good. Like, do you want to try out or whatever?" So, and then 2 weeks later, I tore my ACL.
I never knew you did that.
Huh?
I never knew you did that.
Are you serious, dude? Do you want me to explain my injuries to you?
Sure.
So I tore my right ACL. I tore an ass muscle at one point. Yeah, dude. So the ACL probably was the worst. I stopped doing everything for about 2 years.
Probably had to, right?
Yeah. So like I tried to go back to the gym and just like work like on my upper body or whatever. And I don't even remember like how it was in college. I was like getting bigger.
Was this when you were 200 pounds?
No. So I was getting bigger, and then actually, no, never mind. No, it wasn't. So I was getting bigger, and then I tore my ACL, and then on my comeback tour is what I called it. I started working out again, and then dude, and then dislodged a disc in my back, and had like sciatica doesn't even explain it. It's like severe sciatica, and I couldn't walk for about 7 months.
Is that why you have your waddle now?
Yeah, dude.
Your back problems?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like, can you notice? Like, I still kind of waddle.
Yeah.
And
Well, you were talking about that last episode.
yeah, so like I still kind of waddle, and dude, like I'm amazed. I'm just grateful to be able to walk without pain.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
How did it get better? Just over time?
Dude,
went
it
away?
was no. So like I researched so much about back injuries, and I literally, so I couldn't go up. I couldn't walk, and it sucked too because right when I had it, it was the beginning of school of a semester, dude, and like I would like I looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame walking, and I had to do that 2 classes. And it was just painful all the time. I ate more ibuprofen than any human should ever.
And we knew you at this time?
Huh?
We knew you at this
Yeah,
time? How did
dude.
we not
So I don't know, dude.
Just
I like
hide it-
disappeared.
hide it from us?
No, I think I disappeared for a whole year. Like I don't know if you guys remember. I was gone for a whole year.
I don't remember.
Dude, I was just gone. And I couldn't walk. And then so how it started getting better was I started getting real like angry and bored. and I'll just be in my apartment, and I would go downstairs to the apartment gym and just get on the bike, and then start like trying to pedal, and it would just hurt, and I'll just keep going as much as I could, and then I would like grab myself to something, and then try to do squats. And dude, like I would almost like bust out in tears.
Yeah.
Like how much it hurt, but I knew I just had to like move.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hard knock life, bro.
Yeah. But I'm just grateful to be able to walk at this point. Yeah. And then I tore my MCL like a year ago. No. Actually 3 months ago. No, 4 months ago? 4 months ago.
You hide this stuff well, bro.
I do, dude. I do. I had to like, I don't know. MCL is not a big deal though. It's recoverable in like 2 months. What do you guys do on Friday nights? It's mostly drinking, but what do you guys do on Friday? What do you guys do on Friday? It's still doing something.
I wouldn't call it.
I wouldn't call it doing anything. Our first game is wearing a onesie while playing.
You didn't explain what we do.
I like to lead up to
Leave him hanging?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So it's more of a social thing than a physical thing, but I guess it ties into sports and physical health. But we play in this social kickball league that is run by some private organization. So basically we play a playground sport and drink a lot of alcohol. And I'd say that more people get injured than not
Right.
in this league because we're out of shape and we're drinking
Dude, that's awesome.
and playing kickball.
But you guys have to sprint, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
but
You must have been like people don't sprint nowadays.
do you know how much I hate kicking a home run? Because I have to run all the bases at once. It's the worst.
Damn it.
It's the worst. You get done, you're like
Oh man.
laying on the ground.
I bet after a couple
Give me a
years,
beer.
yeah.
It's awesome.
One of our good friends broke his ankle playing.
Oh, true.
I broke a tendon on the top of my finger, so I had mallet finger. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So this tendon holds your finger straight.
Yeah.
I couldn't straighten that finger. It was
What
at the first knuckle. It was bent down. So it was either leave my finger in a splint for 6 to 8 weeks or get a pin put into my joint.
Oh, and you got a pin, didn't you?
So I got a pin put in because I
remember
didn't want to shower with a splint put in
Yeah.
all the time and have this stinky ass thing on my finger.
I remember that actually.
Trying to catch a ball, the first catch, I caught the ball, which was great, but hit the tip of my finger and snapped that tendon.
Shit, dude.
My girlfriend rolled an ankle. Someone had a concussion.
A concussion?
Yeah.
Holy. Was it like, were they diving? Like what happened there?
I don't think I wasn't there for that game. I wasn't too sure.
I don't think I was there either. We were out for like a wedding or something, but
That's weird.
like I said, there's more injuries than not.
And not.
Yeah.
And it's I wouldn't put it into the whole sports thing. It's more of a social, like Joey was saying. It's a social thing.
You do a little bit of physical activity, but it's not.
Not.
Yeah.
I think the beer that you drink or the alcohol you drink kind of counter.
Offsets.
Yeah.
You're consuming more calories than you're burning.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude. You could be just sitting down at a bar though.
True.
You know what I mean? Like it could be worse, or you could be just home drinking
Well,
yourself.
the
to
thing
sleep.
is, because after you play, then you go to the bar. So
And then you eat some bar food.
Whatever. You did something. You did something.
Ruben, did you do any sports that you enjoy?
I'm unathletic.
Oh. You never played any sports, like organized or not?
When I was like a kid, I played soccer, but I don't know.
You didn't like it?
I think I did. I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
like 7, 8.
If you liked it, you probably would have continued it, right?
Yeah. In high school, my drafting teacher always wanted me to go do cross country or track. And
Yeah, I thought you always liked running.
I like running, but I mean not
just
anymore.
Away from police? Or?
Yeah, just and,
Over fences.
and fences. Yes. That's,
Over fences. Yeah.
no, I suck at running now. After that bike ride this past weekend, I realized I cannot run anymore. So, yeah, I'll just play the whole lift like 10 pounds, bench 15 pounds, and call it good.
Just a big boulder that lifts weights and rolls around.
Did you guys
Yeah.
ever do like t-ball and stuff like that as a kid?
Yeah, I did. My parents basically said, here's a book of sports, pick one, you have to do a sport.
No way, really?
All the time.
Do you think you can do that with your kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think that team sports really build a good foundation for your personality.
Yeah.
Whether it's like teamwork and like sacrifice and dedication and hard work.
Right.
It just kind of instills those values that a younger person should know.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And learning how to lose is a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just knowing how to take a defeat,
Right.
take an L, as the kids say these days.
Yeah. Yeah, I played t-ball, coach pitch. I didn't play any football. I played soccer, did taekwondo, hockey, still play hockey. The hell else I took swimming classes. That's not a sport, but
No way.
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, though.
Yeah. If there was a swimming team at my high school, I would have done it, but
That's a huge problem here in Arizona, isn't it? There's like no swim
it
teams.
doesn't make any sense because you can swim
Anywhere.
8 months out of the year.
That, I know, right?
Yeah.
We
But
just don't have
schools
pools.
just don't have pools.
Yeah, it's weird.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's like lacrosse, dude. Like I would have loved to play lacrosse.
I played lacrosse for a bit.
Did
It's
you?
fun, yeah. I mean, there was a lacrosse field at the hockey rink I played at,
What?
so I did it for a bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd say I dabbled in pretty much everything. I played golf in high school. That's not really a physical sport,
That's
but
true.
it's,
I still think it is. Like you're still doing something.
it's like you walk a lot, but it's not a physical sport at all.
Doesn't take coordination.
Yeah, but like you don't burn a lot of calories, I guess is what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah.
I'd say it's more of a mental thing than anything. Because like if you play like shit and you get it in your head, you're gonna keep playing like shit. It's just it's a mental battle. Every hole is a mental battle.
That makes sense.
I was actually. I'll take that back. I did a sport. I was the girls' tennis assistant coach. type of
were
deal.
you really?
Yeah, me and my buddy.
So what was
We
the
did
girl's name that you were dating?
That's the only reason him and I were doing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there was girls involved at the time in high school.
Uh-oh. She told you you had to do it.
We volunteered.
You like to see those girls in those skirts?
Dude, not a bad gig, though. I remember in high school, I used to go get my ankles taped, even though I didn't need them, just to look at the volleyball girls. Because it's the same season, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the best.
Oh. You guys forgot the most important sport of all that we played.
What is this?
Can anybody guess?
Wait.
We all played it together. You guys still play it?
Like beer pong?
No. Racquetball.
Oh,
Dude, what?
Like talk about the most
racquetball.
the most old person sport you could ever think of.
I love racquetball.
Racquetball is, I wouldn't say racquetball is a yuppie sport.
No, but oh my god, it should be a yuppie sport. I
Yeah,
highly
dude.
recommend anyone listening to go try it out. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna get balls in your face, but Jesus, it's a lot of
Positive face.
Dude, I had a fat lip one time.
Dude, I never laughed as hard as when Ruben hit the glass with his racket. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Dude, Adam was dying on the ground. Like that was legit the best.
There's nothing like playing like some doubles at the racquetball courts on campus, man.
Steve and I were playing a couple weeks ago, and we were into it. Like it was this, we were going back and forth. We had a crowd going on behind us out
Yeah,
of nowhere, and right, it's like I think he's the one trying to get the point. So I'm sitting there, and the ball's coming up to me, and I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smack the shit out of this. And I know I got a crowd behind me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this look glorious. I'm going to make Steven look like a fool. I go swing as hard as I can and completely miss the goddamn ball.
Most hilarious thing I ever saw.
I just started laughing. And laughing. I look behind. Those people are laughing
Just busting up.
and walking away. Like,
Dude,
oh, man.
they were clapping. They were
Yeah.
like, dude, it was
Yeah.
It's
Embarrassing.
it is an awesome fucking sport though.
But I'm not. It's I would say we're mainly working out like cardio because I'm literally dying at the end.
I'm
Like,
dead, dude.
I never sweat so much other than playing racquetball.
Yeah.
Just like drenched.
It's a good time when you get to fuck around inside that.
Yeah.
And it just sounds weird. It's
Yeah.
like just
It's
awesome.
like playing wall ball as a kid, but make it a real sport.
I don't know if we're like you're supposed to sweat in that. I mean, the reason why, because I see like a lot of professionals, they just stay. Kind of seems like they just stay in one spot and just are able to. Like,
bro, it's so crazy because the ball doesn't go off like above 2 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
Like you're like, what?
Yeah.
And us, we're like, hit it really high.
Hits the ceiling
Right,
first
yeah,
before anything.
all the time. Do you remember we played at GCC and we're like just hitting it over all the time?
It's a 3-wall court, so you don't have a ceiling, and
So it's just over all the time.
it's like we're playing baseball, hitting home runs.
Yeah, dude, that should be the sport. We should become pros
Let's turn racquetball into a yuppie sport.
for sure.
Let's make it trending on YouTube.
Should we do that with curling too? Ice curling?
No, that's gay.
All right, cool. Just racquetball. I get it.
Where are you gonna go? Curl? Is that the?
Bro, isn't there like a rink right here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
if
pretty
they
sure
do
we could-
curling there
I'm pretty sure, dude.
between ASU playing there and like house leagues.
I don't know. We could become the premier team for curling. I could brew my ass off.
Where do you even practice that? If you're
That's
like,
what I was just saying.
yeah, that's a good question. Like,
You don't? Like, I don't know, dude.
Well, ice rinks in Arizona, far and few between.
We could just go to bars all the time and play
Shuffleboard?
shuffleboard.
and then
Close enough.
just
Close
get
enough.
a broom and just
I guess.
I don't-
Get like a mini broom.
just
Toothbrush.
there you go.
There you go.
So do you guys want to move on to some current events?
Yeah, let's do that.
I sent you guys a video in the group text, but there was this dude. I kind of overheard. I don't know where I heard it, but I guess it was a guy that's like claiming to be one of those sovereign state people that don't abide by the rules of the U.S. government.
Okay.
You see this video, and the guy's speeding southbound down Rural Road, right around campus where kids are like walking around, riding bikes,
Yeah.
commuting by foot, and this dude just, oh man, how fast do you think he was going? Like 50, 60?
They said 60.
He's going 60 down this like 35-mile-an-hour road, blows through an intersection, hits this guy in the intersection, rolls like 10 or 12 times, and there's a dude in a helicopter that's like watching it and commentating it, but DPS and police are following behind him, and the car rolls over, and the guy in the helicopter is watching it, and the dude just like walks out of the car like nothing happened,
Like
and he walks
nothing?
over by some other people that are like bystanders. He's like talking to them, like, you know, just I don't know, whatever. And
What the
then you see
hell?
the police are coming over, and the people are like pointing at this guy because he like
Yeah.
just got out of the car, and the police are surrounding the car, and the guy's just like standing there like, and then the
play it off.
cops like turn around and are like, oh, it's this guy, because the bystanders are pointing at this guy.
God, dude,
So-
it wouldn't load on my fucking phone.
No,
So this is new news to me.
Basically, like this guy's speeding around a college campus, and
Dude, we literally drive killing machines.
yeah,
Like, that's kind of scary to me. Yeah, fuck people that do that, man. Like, I don't know. Why go after other people?
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up, though.
mental health problems.
Mental health? Listen to episode, whatever it is going to be when it comes out. Because who knows?
Probably too.
Probably two. What's our first one?
Introductions,
I thought that's 0, though.
millennials and yuppies.
Was that not 0?
0 was introductions. 1 was millennials and yuppies.
Oh, okay.
We already lost track.
Another one I heard
We're
today.
so deep.
Trump imposed a 30% tariff on solar panels that are made outside the U.S. So any solar panel that's brought in and not made in the U.S. has a 30% tax.
Damn.
What do you guys feel about? How do you feel about that? Do you care?
I mean, sort of.
Do you think we'll start making them in-house here in the United States, or?
That's the thing. I think there's certain things that aren't cost effective doing them in-house.
Right.
Like, even no one's going to want to do it. So now we just jacked up certain products. I'm not saying solar panels is going to be the same thing, but no one's going to do it. So now you just jacked up the price of the only thing that we could buy.
So now we're just doing other methods of energy.
Yeah.
Just going
So
back
now
to
we're just going back
coal
to
and gas and
Yep.
other
So then
fuels.
fuck the environment. You know what I mean?
Right. But you don't think it's just gonna? You don't think entrepreneurs are gonna be like, oh, now this is an opportunity for me to make something in the United States that no one else is gonna buy anywhere else?
Call out to Elon Musk. Let's get this shit going.
Doesn't he own a part
Solar
of First Solar
City.
City?
Or
Does he?
I think so. He has some money in solar.
I thought he actually owned all of it.
He might. I don't know.
Yeah,
I did.
I thought it was his company type of deal thing.
He might, dude. He owns fucking so many things. But we did I remember in college we did a study on, I want to say Solar City, and we found that it is cost effective over the like lifespan of 15 years.
15.
Yeah. So just, I don't know. I want to get it if I ever get a house.
It's expensive. It's like 10 to 20 grand
Yeah.
to put enough on your roof to support your usual usage.
Yeah. It's a shit ton. It's not a bad thing.
You can lease it though, but I heard it
Yeah.
takes 10 years to pay off.
Yeah, it takes forever. It's not bad if you try to like do that and then sell your house. Adds value.
Yeah. You may not get all your money out of it, but
Yeah. Add something.
for sure. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just.
Dude, is that devil getting you, bro?
He's
Should we
like,
open up an Angry Orchard?
Is he fighting his internal demons?
It looks like it, dude. You all right?
You look a little funny right now.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of scaring me.
I'm
a
just
little bit.
listening.
Dude, he's on his alcohol high.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
on
like,
alcohol
It's
high.
I
weird.
got my fix. Yeah. Smooth jazz.
I'm not confirming nor denying Ruben being an alcoholic at one point of his life.
1 point.
At one point.
It's over?
Oh, very true. Dude,
just
what
doesn't
is
say
wrong with
anything.
you, bro?
I'm just listening. I'm just getting you guys' point of view.
No, man, we want to hear yours too, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Didn't you have a current topic?
I did.
What is this, dude? Let's hear you say something. He's gonna look for it. Dude, you need another beer? Because you're in the like sweet spot.
I'm fine.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm fine.
Dude, crack open an Angry Orchard.
Are you gonna have one?
I'll drink one with you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Confirming the alcoholism.
No, I'm not. I had a problem when I was like 12, but that's gone.
Dude, one thing that like I learned going into like a legit corporate job, I guess, everybody drinks and no one really grows up. If that makes sense.
Yeah?
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might have to cut that out. But like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone's
Still a kid.
Yeah, everybody's like legit a yuppie.
Right.
You could drink, you still want to have fun. I don't want to say we're alcoholics, but people like to drink in my place. We're also very young.
That helps.
Yeah.
When when a beer has nutritional facts on it, you know it's not a beer.
It's juicy juice. God, guys, I got to drive so far. I don't know if I could drink this one. Just kidding.
You could sober up with a QT across the street.
I'm not drinking and driving.
You're There's a camera, bro.
Oh, what? Ding.
You just ride one of those bikes that are on the corner.
That is true. No
He
DUIs anymore.
he took a Uber over here
Yeah,
for the
there you
record.
go. There you go. Dude, so thinking about it, when I first started drinking, I couldn't drink regular beer. So I would start with like Mike's Hard Lemonades. And that's all I fucking drank for a while. And then it came to like this kind of stuff. Now I'm a pro, bro.
I feel like I don't even know you, man.
Dude, you didn't know I could have walked for a whole year. I
Did you
started
know
with
that?
Mike's Hards.
I probably did. What year was this?
It was right after you guys graduated.
What year is it?
I probably knew.
It was like 2013, 2014.
2014. I should have known.
To be honest, like, we're not that good of friends.
Dude, Joey, that hurts.
Ouch.
I mean, we're good friends, but we're not like, I don't know that much about you. Let's be honest.
That's true though. It gives us time to know each other, dude.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It's not.
Don't get offended on me,
It's
man.
not.
I'm just saying. We have room to
Well-
grow and turn into butterflies.
I'm glad that we're learning about each other on this podcast.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk for a Ruben feels like the third wheel. Oh, dude, this is a threesome, brother. this ain't no two-way. You got this.
You got this. Yo, you know those self-driving cars? Like Tesla has their self-driving mode they can put it in.
Yeah.
And then Chevy or like GM has those little, like a Spark or something, the white cars that are self-driving.
Yeah.
Have you seen those around here?
Yes.
So in California, there were 2 vehicles that were engaged in their self-driving modes that got into separate accidents.
No way.
One was a GM, one was the Tesla. So the Model S was going 65 miles an hour before it ran into someone. It's like, do you ever really trust a self-driving car?
I would not.
Why do you think there's still a driver in them?
Yeah. There's still someone there.
Yeah.
Dude, I like to think about the future as me wanting to go to California and just falling asleep and just the car taking me.
Right.
But
You just have a driver to do that.
yeah. Or like, could you really fall asleep and just trust a machine to take you?
I think for us, probably not.
Not in the next 20 years, at
but
least.
say our kids, maybe our kids'
Just
they're going to be
They can
born
do it.
into it. Like, oh, that's normal.
That's
It's not a big deal.
Yeah. The GM car, it was making a lane change and the gap ahead of it was closing, and a motorcycle like got in its way and hit it, and then he wobbled and fell over.
Dang.
So
Dude, but motorcycle people I don't want to diss motorcycle people in California. It's the motorcycle laws in California that I think are really, really weird.
they can ride the line
Yeah.
in rush hour.
Like, what the
Yeah.
Dude, that's scary.
That's on the bill right now to try or up for voting here
For
pretty quick.
in Arizona?
Yeah. Yeah.
To allow it or not allow
To
it?
allow it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure bikers are ecstatic about it because I'm pretty sure they're happy. Like,
That'd be awesome.
they like it. Yeah. You don't have to wait in traffic or anything.
Some of those dudes fly and haul ass, but I would probably be going slow.
One account I heard is that actually some of those bikes are air cooled. So if you keep moving, keeps your bike cool since they don't
yeah,
have
dude.
it. Yeah.
That's like the Civic, bro. You just got to keep going.
The motorcyclist was at fault.
Oh, no way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, GM alleges the motorcyclist was at fault.
Yeah, good luck going up against their lawyers.
And all the cameras that were on the car.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of vehicles, some of these new vehicles, I've heard that the new Honda Accord, one of the top end models or whatever, they have that whole cruise control. But you know, if you're going like, say you set it to 65 and you're cruising along, and then someone in front of you is like going like 63,
Cruising down the street in my six full.
I wasn't going to add that.
That will slow down to keep the same distance between you and that vehicle. Yeah. Also, it will keep notice of your line lane, so it'll keep you, if the road's a little bit curving, it'll keep you in those lanes automatically and stuff.
I personally don't trust it, man.
Not yet. Too soon.
I mean, I watched Will Smith and iRobot, or whatever it's called. Shit gets crazy.
Can you paint a picture? Paint a picture? Can you? Or is it a painting or something like that?
I don't remember. That movie's kind of old.
Oh, I like that movie.
I like that one.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to the Yup Life.
If you enjoyed it, leave us a rating and a review on iTunes, or just follow us at the Yup Life Podcast.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play Music.
Stay yuppie.